Hey, what's up, guys? Josiah here at EasyCaters.com. And today, it's been a while since I've done a video, so today I just wanted to get back in the swing of things by doing a quick trade review. I hope you guys have been enjoying the bullish market we've been having recently. A lot of you guys might know that I've been involved with Bitcoin for several years, and so my recent trades, a lot of the time, just been on the Bitcoin ETF IBIT. And I have a couple of other swing trades open on BABA and Groupon right now that are still playing out. But a lot of my day trades have been on Bitcoin, and I have a long-term core position of actual spot Bitcoin that I hold as well. But anyway, a lot of my intraday kind of trading and shorter-term trading is on the IBIT ETF as of more recent weeks. But anyway, so this was a trade that I took last week, and I wanted to show you, okay, just first of all, you can see that it was a very efficient entry and a fairly efficient exit for an intraday trade. And so the question would be, how would I have known where to enter and where to exit in that? And so I wanted to show you the rationale behind this, not only behind the premise of the trade as a whole, but also the premise of where to enter and where to exit. And this is something I want to start I guess presenting to the public. I feel that my channel is small enough that that I'm not necessarily letting the cat out of the bag too much by going into some of these details because I feel like it'll be introduced to a small enough audience that it shouldn't really matter that much. And so hopefully my longtime customers and longtime viewers can take advantage of some of the information I provide here, and it will provide some value to you while maybe not, getting out into the broader world and affecting the markets or anything too much. So anyway, with that said, let me just show you kind of the premise here. The idea is, and there's lots of different ways of looking at market behavior and identifying where these points might be. The method that I use is that I used here is that I believed that there was an unfulfilled target up here that price was being drawn toward and that it was eventually going to deliver. And so when I took this trade, I understood that price should be continuing upward. So that was kind of the basis of this trade. And in later videos, I'll get into how I identify target points and what points I look for projecting those. But for now, just know that there was an unfulfilled target up here that I believed price was going to be drawn toward. And so I was trading in the direction of that movement. We had a pullback forming here. And if I go into replay mode on trading view here, so these days I trade both on trading view and on Thinkorswim, depending on which account I'm using. And and I have a relative volume indicator for both platforms. If you end up purchasing the relative volume indicator, it comes with both versions for you for the same price. But anyway, so in here on the 1 minute, you can see that there was some relative volume signaling down here at the lows. But more than that, there's relative volume signaling all through, because price is fractal, it happens all the time. And so you need to have some methodology for sorting through which signals you're going to take and which signals you're going to let go or ignore. And so I pair relative volume signals together with some location or price area where I am expecting a change to happen. And so when I pulled up this chart originally, when I started getting into this trade, I saw that we were in a strong uptrend and we had started pulling back. And so I found an area where I expected selling to be alleviated by measuring some points up here and projecting downward. And so I bought in during the pullback. Let me see if I can exit out here so you can see that. During this pullback, and it ended up being almost the exact bottom, my first buy, and my second buy was almost the exact bottom of this second pullback here. So you can see with the little arrow that appears, it shows you exactly what price and everything. So I was expecting a reversal here before I ever saw this relative volume signal, and before I ever saw this relative volume signal to confirm my buy. So I was expecting this to already be forming, and the relative volume signal here just confirmed that in a way. So these were two efficient buys. This would have been another buy that could have been had. Basically, it was pulling back into a discount zone one last time before taking off, touched the premium zone just barely here, pushed through it, and got closes above it right there. So premise here was we were drifting upward toward an eventual target, and you notice here it touched it exactly, and then reversed for the rest of the day after that, and the rest of the week actually. So this was just an intraday trade based on the premise that it was moving in that direction. It had pulled back to the point where it was like the selling was likely to let up, and it was likely to continue from there. And this target for this particular exit depending on how you want to actually calculate it, there's different ways of calculating it, but I was expecting this particular projection right here to be fulfilled, and so it came up and almost tapped it right here, and I held through a deeper pullback. At least on the smaller time frame, it was a deeper pullback. Because I was expecting to come up here and fully purge this level. And so I think this is the one that I was originally using. But there was, in addition to this small time frame projection here, there was this larger time frame projection where it was drifting toward by the end of the week. Anyway, so these were some noise trades that didn't really amount to anything other than scratches. And then this morning I got back involved in IBIT because overnight, if we go over here to the spot chart, you can see I had this target painted right here. And I've had that ever since. It's projected from these lows from last week that we put in. So I had my trade last week all through in here. It was just this little pullback and push up into there. The final target was taken there. So that was my intraday trade last week. But it was as a part of this overall movement where the market makers, I believe, take a position at the beginning of the week and hold toward the end of the week. Well, they were only able to get to the one-to-one target right here, as you can see. So gauging from here to here, this was the risk. This was the break-even level right here. And then the one-to-one was achieved right here, right here, right here. Finally, over the weekend, so let's see, we broke out, this was Sunday, and we kind of started getting a lot of closes up above the level here. And then Sunday night, last night, we shot up and almost basically conspicuously did not tap my target here. And so this is key. We did not tap the target by just a hair. And so what that kind of was suggesting to me is that this was so conspicuously the target, and it stopped there and before delivering it and pulled back all this morning. And so I was waiting for it to reach back in here into the discount zone. This is what I would consider the discount down in here, this whole range between these two lines. And this range in the middle here would be fair value, and then this range up here would be premium. Expensive and cheap would be the way of looking at this. And so now, knowing that it would probably drift back into discount, I waited and I bought down in here. As you can see, this morning on the IBIT, I bought as it dipped down into the discount area, and I had one extra order down here that didn't get fulfilled, but I had 3 orders that did. And now I fully expect it to run up here and fully purge that target that it just barely acknowledged right here. And I don't know how long it's going to take or anything like that, but I'm fairly confident that it will achieve a significant time frame close above this level. So, and the reason for that is, well, these reasons, these are just theories that I have to explain phenomenon that I see, but my expectation is that it will be getting a close above these levels, above this projection target. And the closing value above that is basically just because more volume will be traded at the close of a candle, and so market makers are able to execute more orders or match their position, their trades with additional orders if they hold it up there for a closing of a candle. So that's my expectation, that we'll purge above this level and get a significant time frame close above that level. And so that's what I'm expecting for the day. So anyway, I just wanted to go over that real quick. That's kind of the methodology that I'm using. I'm identifying in advance places where I believe price will go. And I knew that price would probably go to this level as it was running up here last night. And it conspicuously did not touch the line. So I knew, or suspected strongly, that after this pullback was done, they were basically holding off purging that level until the volume of Monday could come in. So they reached the level Sunday night during thin trading, then let it pull back all night till this morning, and then the volume starts to pick up during the morning on Monday. They execute their orders down here in discount. Then at the open, volume really comes in to propel it up to that target. So that's basically what they were doing. They were my understanding of what they were doing is they acknowledge the level, but they're not going to exit their position until enough volume is ready to be traded to get significant shares traded up in that area. So they wait till the next morning, till Monday morning, when there's a lot of secular involvement in the market instead of just the thin overnight trading, and they get their orders matched by other participants and more participants during the regular hours of trading. So anyway, that was the premise here, and that was a completely this is something that I just see over and over again, and so this is completely to be expected as far as I can tell. And so this allows me to, in advance, know with a good deal of certainty where price might be going, which direction it should be gravitating, and so I know that pullbacks, until that level is reached, any pullbacks can be bought. And I have methods for finding those pullbacks. So that is just a quick review of some trades that I took last week and this week, this morning. And you can critique me and judge me. You can watch what IBIT and Bitcoin do today and see if I was right or wrong. And I'm fairly confident that I'll be right, that this will be achieved at some point today. I don't know that, but I'm fairly confident of that. And so anyway, that is the idea behind the current trade that I'm in and the way that I trade. And relative volume signals that I still use, that you can see on the chart here, they come in near the levels where these points of interest are: discount, premium, and fair value. And so they can confirm in real time what you're expecting to see. As you can see here, as this pulled back, kind of a manipulation relative volume signal came in here, pushing it down one final time to get it close below this level. So you had wicks right here. Then we came up volume came in, pushed it down. Then they had volume come in to absorb right here with this highlight, and then it was off to the races from there. So relative volume has a role, but it needs to be confirmed by something else, or needs to have an overall context in which you can interpret the relative volume signaling. And so that's what these levels provide for me. There's other ways to do it using like VWAP, standard deviation bands, and things like that. But this is one way that I've found that seems to work as well as anything I've ever seen. So anyway, I hope that's informative, and I will be doing more videos on this in the future to explain more in detail how this works and how you can use it. I just wanted to show you a couple of examples of how I've used it, and allow you in real time a way of judging whether or not it has some value, because tonight you can see whether or not my objective was reached and how efficiently it was done and so forth. And so you can say, well, maybe this is not worth my time, or maybe this is worth my time based on that. So hopefully that helps, and I will talk to you guys next time.